Okay, so obviously I'm Jacob McBride, the Iron Rook, strength and nutrition coach, pro strongman. And the idea here is to have kind of like an intake call to establish where you're at, where you want to be, and generally how you're going to get there. And that process, the questions kind of don't change person to person, but based on each person's situation, where they're at, where they want to get to, and then like the resources that they have, both in, you know, the things that are available to them in the immediate area in terms of things like physical activity, things
Oh,
like
it's just
food.
it's
Everyone's
physical activity stuff, but I couldn't live in a worse position place. Like it's like
so I've gotten that impression before, and
mm,
that's the kind of thing. Like, there's some people that have like really expansive home gyms. I've worked with an athlete that basically worked out in his garage and had like a barbell, a squat rack, and that was it. He had a couple sandbags, and so he had to get really creative with finding ways to get him because he wanted to compete in strongman, which uses all sorts of different equipment. So we had to find a way, and he lived kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So it wasn't just drive 45 minutes and find this stuff. We had to find ways to get him ready.
well, the good thing
And
is
there's gonna be people.
I do live next because I am a member of a gym. So
Oh, okay.
now as far as like it is a pretty diverse gym. Now, obviously, to you, there's probably nothing there for you. like you definitely see the like you need a specific type of gym. Mine is
Yeah,
probably more for.
I have three different gym memberships. No, four different gym memberships right now. One of them will be canceled in August. But yeah, I'm paying all sorts of money for gym memberships, and each one has a different purpose, and I go to all of them. It's a little different, but and that's the thing too is everyone everyone can have the same goal of weight loss and how to get there. There's 12, 15, 30 different ways to achieve that, utilizing different resources. And if someone's goal doesn't involve building muscle at all, they don't really have to go to the gym if they don't want to. Some people like going to the gym, some people don't. And so that's where the intake process, you really just you get a feel for what are we working with this person to get them where they want to go. Um, Obviously, if someone's goal is to build muscle, they have to go to the gym. You can't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger just going for walks and eating right. Like there's muscle mass that has to be built, and there's only one way to do that really.
Yeah, you got to kill
But a lot
muscle
of
so it
people, a lot
grows
of
back.
general population, they just want to get in better shape. They just want to be lower their body fat percent, especially when you have things like visceral fat, which is fat that kind of surrounds your internal organs, and that's where a lot of health issues come in. And for stuff like that, you don't need to go to the gym. Obviously, going to the gym will make it easier if that's something that somebody's inclined to and has the resources to do. But I've worked with people that are like, hey, I want to lose weight, but I can't stand going to the gym. I've tried it. I hate it. I don't like lifting. I don't like treadmills, any of this stuff. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, if you just want to get in better shape and you hate going to the gym, we're not going to have you go to the gym. I had somebody that I worked with back in my college days. She wanted to get in shape. She had just had surgery on her foot, so she really couldn't go to the gym. But she had like a big like milestone birthday coming up, was going to like Cancun or something like that with some friends, and just wanted to be in better shape, being on the beach and stuff. I'm like, yeah, we can do that without you going to the gym, and we did, and she was very successful with it. So that's what this process is just identifying what is your plan going to be. And then what I like to do with a lot of people is also kind of go over some loose contingency plans. One of the big issues, I'm going to go over it in the video I make for New Year's resolution type stuff, when people set a fitness goal and they fail, a lot of times where they fail is when they step off course a little bit, and it gets so in their head and they start to spiral, and there's no contingency plan in place. Like, they have like, this is my plan to get to where I want to go, and if I take a misstep, it's all over, and they spiral. They eat one thing that's not on their meal plan, like, well, man, I screwed it up, I guess I might as well screw it, and then they just like binge eat, and they like just undo everything. Like, if you step off plan a little bit, that's not the end of the world. Like, you can recover from that very easily. And so you have to have these contingencies. There's things, I've had people that travel a lot for work, and or they don't travel a lot when we make the plan, but they get a new job where they have to travel a lot. I'm like, I can't stick to this plan anymore. Okay, well, we'll adjust the plan then. The plan is never going to
So
go
they
completely as
essentially
it's set up. You gotta be able to adjust and be flexible.
essentially what you're saying is like keep the mentality that like first off in my mind Losing weight, maintaining lost weight, that's like a lifestyle change. And that
Yeah,
lifestyle change is
exactly.
constantly changing. It's not like just a one fit
Yeah,
all thing.
yeah. Every diet, every exercise plan you go on should theoretically be sustainable forever. That doesn't mean you're going to stick to that forever. It just means that it shouldn't be something that if you had to would be, unbearable, would be impossible for you to maintain. If you go on a diet where you're like, I'm going to do this for 60 days, but there's no way I could do it longer than that, then it's a bad diet. But you should be on a diet where it's like, okay, if I had to do this, this is sustainable for the rest of my life. But maybe 2 months from now, I'm going to do something different. And so there's a little bit of nuance to that. But like in your case, we're gonna find a way to move you in the direction you want to go to. But then when that Germany trip comes up, like maybe we kind of relax things a little bit so you can enjoy that trip. Like you dieting and physical activity as a lifestyle is not supposed to just be suffering. It doesn't need to be that. That's
Yeah,
what
so
everyone builds it
essentially,
up
what
as.
you're
Like
saying is like,
we're
look,
gonna
so,
we're gonna be ready to let you go to Germany and enjoy yourself,
so
and that's okay.
essentially what you're saying is, sometimes you'll slip off and you'll eat like shit, but it's not about the slip off. It's about making sure you get back on course relatively fast after
Yeah,
you slip off. Like don't
yeah.
don't
The
don't go to
example that I like
Germany
to
and
use a
eat.
lot.
Don't go to Germany eat like shit to come back and not get back on crack.
Right. The example I like to use it, I'm gonna use it in that video that we're doing for the New Year's resolution stuff. Is I was working with somebody, must have been like 8 years ago now, in an unofficial capacity. This was before I was coaching, but they had a similar goal to one I know that you have, which is to drink less soda. And so they had, a certain number of sodas that they were averaging per week, and we had this plan to get them down to essentially zero, or kind of replacing it all with like diet soda and that sort of thing. And they were doing really well for like a month. And they basically completely fell off because it was something to do. They had like a stressful time at work or something like that. They were just in a bad mental state emotionally. And they had a moment of weakness. And I think they had like 2 cans of soda in a single day. And we'd had them down to like one every other day. And so they're freaking out. They shoot me a message like, "Hey, I messed up. I failed or whatever." And like I drank 2 sodas. Like I can't do this. Like they're throwing their hands up in defeat. I'm like, you drank 2 cans of soda today, and we had you on a one every other day type of cadence at this point. But do you realize that when you came to me and when you were starting, you were drinking like 2 liters of soda every day? Like your failure right now is still better than where you started. Like your failure is still an improvement, a big improvement over where you were 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like you spiraled out of control and beat yourself up over something that's really not that big of a deal, and that you easily could have recovered from that. We got him back on track, but there was a few, like, because of that failure. Before they messaged me, they had a couple more days after that where they continued that trend because in their mind, they had already failed. It's like, well, why even try then? Why even bother? It's like, well, because you didn't completely fail. You had a
Yeah.
mistake. It's not the end of the
So
world.
when it comes to soda, I have rules now. I never
Okay, yeah, I
keep
know you started implementing some of it.
I never keep soda in the house.
That's
Um,
a good one.
Sometimes my brother will buy like a 12 pack, and I'll fall victim to that every now and then.
Yeah,
But for the most part, like if I want like something to drink, uh, unless it's cold outside, like I make myself walk to the store. So because it's
yeah,
like
that's a really good incentive.
because
I do the same stuff.
the store is probably quarter mile up the road. So by the time I walk
Yeah.
there and walk back, it's like, okay, now I kind of deserve this drink.
Well, and that's the thing. It's kind of a two-pronged thing because one, you're having to do activity to get there, which is kind of helping offset that. But two, it also creates a decentive, like, a deterrent to
Yeah,
doing that. Because
I'm not
and that's
walking
that's the same thing
anywhere.
I do because I don't have the amount of willpower that people think I do doing what I do. And so like when it comes to sweets and stuff like that, I have the biggest
See,
sweet
I've
tooth.
never
And
had
it's
issues
like,
with a sweet tooth. Like, well, for the
oh
most
really?
part, like
That's good.
and the soda is like a come and go kind of thing. Like, it's just like really because of all the stuff I do just to keep my ass awake. like,
Yeah.
just to keep
Yeah,
my
for
body
me,
energized. Like,
Yeah, for me, I can't have that stuff in the house because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I will have a moment of weakness where I just go and grab whatever it is.
Inconvenience.
And so I don't have it in the house, and I am a lazy person. So if I'm like, man, I'm really craving this thing, I can't resist it, but I have to drive 10 minutes to go get it. That's enough for me to avoid doing that. And so that is one of the big recommendations I have. And it can be difficult for people that are married or live with brothers, sisters, still with their family, whatever, where they can control what they're doing, but they can't control what other people are, bringing into the house. It was one of my buddies, his wife was not on the same diet idea that he was. And so I was telling him to keep his cravings out of the house, but she was bringing them in. And so I'm like, at this point, you got to have a conversation with her. You got to do something to find some way,
Or neither
maybe
that,
have
or
her.
she needs to keep them like in her car or something, like where
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
don't know
yeah.
they're out there. Like,
Yeah, and that's one of the other ones, like a big one. It could be like fast food, where okay, we're going to stop fast food, but the wife or the husband, whatever, is still getting fast food. It's like, okay, if you're going to go to McDonald's, eat it at McDonald's. Don't bring it back home. Like there's different things you can do to keep stuff out without really inconveniencing. Like, yes, if you're living with somebody and they support you even a little bit, there should be a way that you can find to make that work.
yeah,
But that's again where kind of everyone's situation is different, and that's why we do this process and figure out what we're working with.
well, the fast food's not really an issue. I did buy an air fryer not too long ago. I bought one of those Ninja ones with the two
Yeah,
drawer
yeah,
thing. So I think I'm going to start doing that a little bit more. Um,
yeah. Okay.
and I have gotten to the point where if like I do eat out, I try to make sure that there's as less process as possible. Like
Yeah,
sometimes I'll eat like a Chinese restaurant or something. Because even though that's probably not the greatest for me, it's probably way better than Wendy's or McDonald's.
yeah. No, I would agree with that. Yeah,
Because it's rice and chicken. I probably shouldn't
yeah,
be intaking the stuff they put in it, but it's better than going and getting the most processed food known to man across the street. Like,
yeah. With Chinese food, where you're gonna find the issues is health wise, fitness wise, is in like the sauces and stuff that they're doing. But like you said, the actual ingredients they're using, depending on obviously the quality of the restaurant, are typically going to be healthier than, like you said, like some of the fast food stuff with the McDonald's fake beef paste that they make their hamburgers with, which are really good, but not really good for you.
I'm actually completely against McDonald's. Sometimes I'll eat Subway too. Like, I'll have like
Yeah, my weakness with fast food is Taco Bell.
I like those Baja Blasts, but I kind of went down on those. I don't know
It-
I used to because I try to like cut carbs out as much as I can. But
right,
if I do eat carbs, like flatbread or something like that, and then Subway decided just to take that off their menu completely, and I'm just like,
oh
that's been in there forever. Why are you just taking it off your menu for no
yeah.
reason? So yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know they did that.
yeah, it's not there. So then I'll get like one of those protein bowls or something like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not like because I've learned like even every fast food joint, if you are stuck going there because family goes there, almost every single one of them has some form of healthy thing you can eat. Taco
Right.
Bell has their own protein bowls.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's become big with fast food. And a lot of them are not great, but they're usually better options than
than
what you might go for
than
otherwise.
what
So
they
they're still,
actually sell.
yeah, they're still preferable. So do you have the questions pulled up?
Yeah, they you sent them a couple days ago. Uh, are you
Kind of
going?
go through and see.
Okay, I have them up now. Are you gonna read them? Or you want me to read them?
Um, I sent them over Discord, right? I got
Yeah.
my computer here too, so I can uh, bring that stuff up.
Oh, this first one's atrocious to me.
What's the first one again?
What's your current activity level? What does
Oh
an
yeah,
average day of
and
you
there's no
look
wrong
like?
answer. There's no wrong answer
Steps,
to any of this.
walking,
It's
stairs,
just
physical job versus desk job, any current workouts or recreational activities. How so it was your day?
I
How
know
does
one of the things you were talking about doing was you have like a walking pad or something like that, a standing desk. You wanted to
yeah.
stand
Well, I have a
during
standing
your
desk.
like some of your
I
recording.
have a standing desk that I've been doing a little bit more, which it kind of makes like making videos a lot harder. so I'll probably stop doing that.
Yeah.
But because it's not like the standing that's the issue. Because I played Power Worlds for like 3 hours yesterday standing. It's
Oh
the
wow.
it's it's the making content because like I have to like
Yeah.
hyper extend my arm to like do something, and this mic is not
Yeah.
the most traversal thing to work around. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, what average day of movement? I don't even want to look. I was doing a lot better, but then it got cold.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And again, that's where case by case, like right now I'm wearing a tank top because in California it's like 60 degrees out.
Just
But I
you,
know the Northeast and really the whole East Coast right now is getting hammered by that big storm that, especially up in the Northeast, that they're dealing
it
with.
looks like
So
my
that can make it
average right
difficult.
now is about like 19, about 13 to 1900 steps a day.
Oh, so you are tracking steps. Okay.
Yeah, I've always tracked
You
steps.
said it was 1300 to 1900?
Yeah, a lot of that's because it's cold.
Okay.
Like I used to get like anywhere from 6 to
Yeah.
10 when I could actually go outside.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a 200 step day. I don't know what happened that day. I don't. It's probably when I
Yeah.
was
One of the
sick.
things that I'm looking at doing, and that could be beneficial to you, with you have a standing desk, is a walking pad,
I
which is
have one.
basically a
I have one right here.
treadmill. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a really great way for, I'm not getting one because it's cold. I'm getting one because there's a lot of stuff
See,
I
here's
do
the.
at my computer that I could be getting some steps in while I do it. So that's another one I recommend, especially with people that, if they have the space to do it, and walking pads are pretty low footprint. But especially people in colder areas where they can't go for a walk all year round.
Well, I think
That's a really easy way to add activity.
I'm gonna start reviewing more games because like I probably won't do it in here. I'll probably do it in the living room where. I watch an anime. I might as well just walk while I watch it. I like to have like
Yeah,
somewhere physical where I can like put my arms. I don't know why. Like I walk a lot further when I feel like my arms aren't just like dangling down. Like
right.
it's not like I'm
Okay, yeah. So,
supporting myself with them.
so we've got your average steps. Um, Most of your work is desk job
Oh
because you
yeah,
do a lot of
yeah.
content creation stuff like that. Do you have anything outside of that you do, that like in an office setting or any kind of
When
labor work that you do?
I help during the summer, usually I'll like help my brother with like because he cuts trees down and stuff for a living, and sometimes I'll help him do that a couple
Oh,
days
okay,
a week, and that's that's stressful.
it's stressful. Why?
I just like logs weigh about the same I do. Like, yeah, yeah, you probably wouldn't have too much issue with it, but I have like a bad shoulder. So
Okay,
if I put too much strain on that, I feel it for weeks. Like sometimes I used to because when I was with my ex, I couldn't put my hand above my shoulders. Like this is as far as like this was as far as I could go, and
yeah,
yeah, she used to like massage my shoulder every night for like 3 or 4 months. And then eventually it went away. Now I got like full movement back on my arm. But there for a while, like this shoulder was like useless.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What sort of like medical coverage do you have? Are you able to see a doctor or
I
a
have
physical therapist
Medicaid.
about that?
I have Medicaid.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
if you
need.
can get in and see a physical therapist or something, that might be something that would be worth correcting. A
Oh no,
lot of the
it's
times
no
when this
issues now. I think I just pulled
oh, okay,
something. I think I pulled something like
that's
bad,
possible.
and it like she massaged like the muscle out of it. I don't know, but there for
Yeah, and
about.
sometimes it can just be a mobility thing from sitting too much. I mean, right now, I've been dealing with a hip issue that's been causing lower back pain for the last year because I went from 9 years of strongman, loading my spine heavy every week, to switching to bodybuilding, which is a lot of isolation stuff, and not loading my spine. But I drive 2 hours a day because I have an hour commute to work. And then I work a desk job. So not only was I not doing these movements anymore, but I was also sitting. And so all the muscles and ligaments in my hip got really tight. And so I've been having to do different things to bring function back to that. And it can be difficult, and it can really limit a lot of what you're trying to do. But it sounds like it's not so much an issue right
No,
now
no, it's
as
not an
as
issue
more of a
anymore.
previous thing.
Because it used to be
Okay.
like this is as much as I could put that arm up, and I would say about a month and a half. She massaged my shoulder every day because she kept trying to get me to go to the hospital, but I was like, babe, I was like, it's feeling better, like it's
Yeah.
not really hurting as much as it. So she kept doing that, but she was like, I'll only do it if you promise me if it gets worse that you'll go to the hospital. But it never
Yeah.
got worse,
Yeah.
and that was like 3 years ago.
Okay. All right. So let's let me take that note down too, the chopping wood. And that's more probably like a summertime thing,
Yeah,
summer,
yeah,
fall.
yeah. Well, it's not really chopping. Well, he cuts trees down.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, he'll cut like 10, 15 trees down a couple weeks.
Oh, that's wild. So that's the sort of thing like you're doing that a couple times a week. That's the sort of thing where you can like deliberately increase the frequency or volume of that activity as a way to add activity without, again, necessarily going to the gym or changing things.
Well,
Um,
I'm not against going to the
and it's
gym.
just
Actually, quite the
yeah, it's
opposite.
not a lever you have to pull, but we identify something like that as a lever that you could use that to increase activity. I do have in my notes that you have a gym membership, so we can utilize that. We can find ways to make that work. I've got your steps, your job, a desk with standing capability here and there, obviously. Um, that gives us an idea. Is there any physical activity day to day, like right now, outside of the
No,
roughly, what is it, 1,600 steps per day?
no.
Okay.
That's why I need to at least increase that. I would like to see that go to at least 6,000 for right now. So I'll probably start working on that
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. A really good one is, and I know I've already mentioned it a few times to you and Cog, is the 15-20 minute walk or 10 to 15-minute walk after meals. And that's not just the calorie burn, but there's a lot of benefits to that. And that can be a good habit to develop. And just like everything, it's not something that you need to go from like 0 to 100 overnight. It's something you kind of slowly build up so that it's never too much of a stressor. Let's see.
What I'll probably do,
Food. Let's go over food.
food. Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
What does your diet typically look like?
um, I have been improving my food habits. It's like I said, I've cut dramatically on like carbs. Never really had like huge calorie intakes besides soda, which soda is a decent calorie intake, but it's not like I go
Soda has a
around
lot of
eating.
calories.
It's not like I go around eating like a lot of like cookies or anything like that. Like for the
Right.
most part,
That's good.
I'll go months without eating any sugars or anything like that. I'm not
Right, right,
really a
right.
big
Okay, that's not bad.
yeah, I'm not really a
I'll
big
put
chocolate person. I do have like
fairly low carb.
I do have a weakness to like fruit based snacks, so I stay away from those deliberately. Like I'll choose I'll divide an entire thing of Starburst if I get a hold of one, and I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that can be dangerous.
yeah. So, but I don't really like every now and then I'll be at like a store and I'll be like, I'm in the mood for a Starburst, but I don't. It's not like maybe I'll eat one once every 6 weeks or something like that, or
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
eat a little bit.
That's not bad.
I'll eat some like Airheads when my brother brings me like half a bag that he didn't eat. But yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part, like I have been trying to eat like more protein, more water. I'm in this new thing where even if I do drink soda, I make myself drink a thing of water with the soda. So
Yeah. There was something I did when I was on the submarine, and I was trying to eat better and lose some weight. I was trying to drink a lot more water. And on the submarine, you don't really have a lot of options. It's water or soda. Usually by the second week that we're at sea, you no longer have fresh milk. They've got like the fake milk, which I think tastes disgusting. So I would avoid that unless I was using it with cereal. But what I would do is I wanted the taste of the soda, so I would go through the drink line, and I would just get like a quick the little lever that you have to push with the cup to get the soda to come out of the fountain drink thing. I would push it in for like a second, so it's just like a tiny little bit of soda at the bottom. I just drink that to get the taste, and then I would drink water, or I drink water first and then do that after. That's what I would usually do. I drink the water first, and I drink a little bit of soda on my way to go stand watch. So
Well,
as the meal hour is ending, I'm just like getting it quick just to get the flavor, and then I'm out of there going to stand watch. So the amount of actual soda I was drinking was pretty low.
the I have been drinking that advanced GG stuff they've been sending me, so that's kind of
Yeah,
replaced some
the
of.
the white grape that King's always pushing. I do enjoy that one a lot.
Yeah, and apparently,
I think
like
that tastes really good.
apparently they're actually pretty healthy for you. They don't like take any crazy stuff for you.
Yeah, let me see. I might have a container here with me that I can look at it. Oh, that's it. That's found. I think I just finished off one. I might have thrown it out already. But yeah, the advanced GG stuff is not bad. That's not a bad choice at all. And that'll promote. I mean, because you mix it with water, so what it ends up mostly just being flavored water. So that it increases your hydration, which is important.
Yeah, I've been trying to drink at
Um,
least 2 liters of water every day now.
okay, so what do your meals look like? Like, what are they actually?
Um,
What is included in your day to day? Excuse me,
so
meals.
I've been eating a lot of chicken because like that's the only like
Okay.
chicken that you buy from like Kroger's that you like air fry, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know been eating rice because we got like a rice cooker. So occasionally like if I do have something, I'll like eat like a TV dinner or something. So those
Okay.
probably ain't the greatest for
How
me.
often? Yeah, how often would you say that is?
Maybe two, maybe 3 times a week. Usually when I'm
It's not
editing
bad.
something. I eat an absurd amount of chicken these days, like an absolutely absurd amount of chicken. I'm probably eating chicken 3 or 4 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week, because I don't. It just never gets
Okay.
old. Like so, I would definitely, you know,
I wish I felt that way.
yeah,
For
I
the
could,
bodybuilder, I'm eating a lot of chicken.
yeah. So you could
How many meals a day do you eat?
maybe one, sometimes two. Here lately, I've been getting up pretty early because my sleeping schedule's all messed up when I got back from Japan. So
Oh yeah.
usually I'll eat breakfast in the morning, and that intakes like eggs and sausage, which the sausage probably ain't the best for me, but the what I've been told eggs
It's
aren't
not terrible.
what I've been told eggs are like aren't horrible for you. So
No, eggs are fantastic. There are
yeah,
some myths around eggs with like things like cholesterol and stuff like that, but they're mostly inaccurate. Eggs I eat 2 eggs a day, every day. Um, and there's just a lot of great things in eggs, so that I wouldn't change that.
yeah, my like I had KFC like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like known in the house if I get KFC, like it's a free biscuit because I won't eat the biscuit. Like I will literally just throw away
Oh
the
wow.
biscuit
Oh
because
my
like
God.
that's how like I don't mess with carbs. Like rarely do I intake
Yeah, yeah,
carbs. So like if I it's like I said like I won't buy regular bread. I get like the whole wheat bread.
right,
Wheat. Because if I do make a sandwich with like turkey or something, because I've been buying turkey here lately, I make sure to get that because I know that's better for you than the standard
right.
bread that's there. But it's like I said, I've been slowly like adjusting my eating habits. Now some days I do better than others. But my issue is like I be at this computer working a lot, and like sometimes it's just convenience
Yeah,
more than anything. But
yeah.
I think the best thing I can get from you when it comes to food is like a couple links to like easy made things that is not
Yep.
the horriblest thing for me to eat.
Yeah, for me, I'm big on the crock pot. I preach that like nobody's business because it's just so easy. Like I came home before we started this call. I threw 6.5 pounds of chicken in the crock pot. It's going to cook for 8 hours on that chicken all week. And it took me maybe 8 minutes to put it all in there. Obviously, we've done a couple of those meal prep videos, or I've done a few of the meal prep videos, and we did the Mexican one recently, where those take a little bit more longer because there's more ingredients and stuff. But with bodybuilding, it's all like single ingredient stuff. The amount of time I spend meal prepping is so minimal.
Yeah, I saw a
Um,
couple people commenting on that video saying they were going to try it.
yeah, I got to follow up with some of my friends that have said they were going to try it because I think they taste really good. And again, I just like the crock pot so much because it is the stuff that I make in there, in my opinion, tastes good. It doesn't take much time. It doesn't take any culinary skills. Like you don't have to go to cooking school or trial and error. Like you just throw stuff in and turn it on, and that's it. And it's really easy to get a lot of good stuff out of there. I'm my girlfriend is Indian, so I'm trying to work with her to get like an Indian inspired recipe that uses the crock pot as well. So people that have these different cravings for different cuisines can work those into a healthy diet. And it's stuff with, the macros are good, the micronutrients are getting good. Um, but yeah, a lot of the things people have issues with is they just don't know how to do this stuff in an effective or efficient way. So getting that information out there and kind of, like you said, spreading it around and letting other people use that for their goals is important. What do you do for vegetables?
Uh, that's probably the worst thing. I don't eat a whole lot of vegetables. You know, I'll eat like lettuce. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes. I don't know. That's a vegetable, yeah. I like cucumbers.
It's a fruit or vegetable, something like that. Cucumbers are good.
Yeah, I like cucumbers.
Broccoli's good. Carrots are good. Um, then there's roots like potatoes and stuff like that. Those are good starchy carbs. But rice is a good one of those. So you don't need to change that necessarily. Um, okay. So it sounds like your food intake, your calorie intake is really not bad. The only thing is the soda, which I think you already have a plan, but we can go over what that plan is and assess if anything needs to change. I imagine your plan is probably already pretty solid, but we'll go through it anyway. Um, Actually, we can do that right now. That could be the next thing. So for the soda, why don't you just tell me about what your kind of starting position was, what your end goal is, and kind of how you're planning to get there.
Um, some days I have like the cans. I would have like two a day. Just depends on what's going on. You know, today was like the first day I drank soda in a minute because of the podcast because I didn't sleep very well last night.
Yeah.
Um, I think 5 days I didn't drink a soda because I was just drinking water. Like I bought a big thing of water.
That's
Most of
good.
the time, the only time I'll drink soda now is like if I go out to eat with someone or something. Or
Yeah, and that's not necessarily bad.
yeah, or I'll.
How do you feel about diet soda or
I
zero
don't
calorie
mind
soda?
the Coke Zeros.
Okay.
Is that I'm assuming that's technically diet, or does it have to have Diet Coke?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a zero calorie soda.
yeah, those aren't
Because
bad.
just
What
switching
about
from
Sprite?
normal soda to zero calorie soda. There's zero calorie Sprites. I have some in my car right now.
I like Sprite. I don't mind Sprite.
Yeah, so if you can, obviously you have a plan in place to reduce the number, but if you can switch over from normal soda to zero calorie soda, that would be a huge benefit to what you're
Yeah,
trying to
to
do.
be honest with you,
Um,
uh, I'm been dropping soda pretty effectively. I just have some days.
that's awesome.
I just have some days like it's not even I have a craving for it. It's just like I'm just like drowsy. Like my I can tell
Yeah,
like I'm going through like a caffeine withdrawal. Like
yeah. I do. The zero calorie sodas do have the same caffeine content as the normal sodas, and then the lack of sugar will kind of circumvent, the sugar crash that you get later on. So that would be a good way to utilize the zero calorie sodas. Maybe just have them on hand if you need them, and then if you don't need them, then I mean, water is always the best choice for hydration. But really, there's not anyone that just likes to drink water all the time. It's kind of a conscious effort. So if you can find something like the advanced GG drinks or the zero calorie sodas, just incentivize yourself because everything hydrates you. There's a myth that things like coffee or soda will dehydrate you. They're just less effective hydration because they are diuretics. They'll make you pee more and you'll expel more water. But you can hydrate yourself with soda. It's just not as optimal. Um, so yeah, I don't think we need to change your soda plan. I mean, if you went like 5 days without soda, you had two cans doing the podcast. That's kind of, that makes sense. I think that's reasonable.
no, I've only had one can
Um,
today. I haven't had a can. I haven't had two cans
okay.
today.
Okay.
King had me dying. So I wasn't even thinking about drinking as much today.
Yeah. So, do you think you'd be able to switch when you do have soda, switch to 0 calorie? Do you
Yeah,
think that would
yeah.
work?
I might try
Okay.
drinking
I will
more.
say is I use 0 calorie sodas a lot during my cuts. It just helps with cravings. I actually don't drink soda when I'm not on a cut. When I start losing weight, I start drinking soda, but it's 0 calories, because it helps with cravings for other things as well. But the market now is so much more diverse than it was, in the 90s where you just had Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke. All the different flavors of sodas that are out there, they all have 0 calorie versions now. So that's a really powerful tool for reducing the calories from that. What about things like juice, chocolate milk, alcohol?
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't smoke any kind of like
Excellent.
other drugs. I don't do. And like so, I always tell Cog because Cog's a drinker. He likes drinking when he's like a social drinker, and I always be like,
Yeah, yeah,
he'd be like, man, you got to stop with that soda shit. I'm like, dude, I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. Let me have my one thing I do wrong.
yeah. Yeah, the alcohol is a big problem for a lot of people with fitness goals, because alcohol
No,
does
I don't
so
drink a drop of
the
alcohol.
the the macronutrients are fat, protein, carbohydrates. Protein, carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram. Fat is 9 calories per gram. Alcohol is not really a macronutrient, but alcohol is 8 calories per gram, and it doesn't really do anything constructive for you. So it is really just that's where the term empty calories comes from, is because you're not really getting anything from alcohol, but it has more calories per gram than something like a protein or a fat, or a carb, excuse me. So when people come to me with a fitness goal like this, and they drink a lot, usually one of the big focus areas for improvement is to reduce or eliminate the alcohol, because that alone makes a huge difference. Similar to how cutting soda, for someone that drinks a lot of soda, can make a huge difference because there's just so many calories. Um, it's an interesting thought
The
exercise to have people
Here's
go
the
through
can I
sometimes,
drunk
where you
today. It's got 140 per thing, but it's got like a bunch of sugar and shit in it too. 38
yeah, and that's
grams of
that's where the
sugar.
calories come from with the sodas, the sugar.
Yeah.
So if you were to have somebody kind of go to a grocery store and come up with 2,000 calories of food, and not like junk food, but like actual whole food, meat, potatoes, vegetables, that kind of thing, and then you have them accumulate 2,000 calories from a drink, whether that's juice, soda, chocolate milk, whatever. It is so much easier to consume 2,000 calories of liquid versus 2,000 calories of actual food. And obviously, different foods have different satiation to them in terms of making you feel full. But you're never going to be able to eat 2,000 calories of food easier than you can drink 2,000
Yeah,
calories.
I don't.
So that's usually a big focus
I would
area
say the
is
only.
soda, alcohol, and juice.
I would say the only thing. I don't really drink. I don't mind apple juice. When
Yeah.
I decide to drink it or it's in the house. I stay away from orange juice because it messes with my GERD hardcore. Uh, really bad
Okay.
acid reflux. The only thing I really drink
Yeah.
is water and soda. That's it. Like I don't really. Occasionally I'll drink milk. But that's it.
Milk's not bad. Milk's
Yeah.
milk's good for you. Um, yeah, no, it sounds like you're in a pretty good position. Removing the soda, switching out to 0 calorie. I mean, that's going to make a huge difference.
I cut like 6 months ago.
Excuse me, to your goal.
I cut pretty much fast food out entirely. So if I did eat fast food,
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
I would always make sure it was stuff that I know at least is going to be decent. Decent ingredients they use like Subway.
Yeah,
Just like if I'm going to go out and intake something, I might as well first off they're preparing it in front of me, and at least I
yeah,
know everything. Like Subway's not the greatest thing for you, but I always like go off like the ladder of bullshit, and I like to go to the bottom part of it. Like
yeah. No, if you're going for an indulgence or for a deviation from a healthy meal plan, Subway is definitely not the worst thing you could do. That's definitely one of the more inoffensive options you can have. So no problem there either. Um, I guess we probably should have started with, I don't know why I put it lower on the questioning. But what is your fitness goal? I kind of know what it is, but just,
I
we'll
just
go
want to
over it for the video.
I just want to tone down and build muscle. I don't want to be like Iron Rook big. Like I don't want to have to like go sideways to get through wall doors and stuff. Which that's a joke, but you know I don't. I want to feel healthy, but and I don't mind gaining muscle, but I don't want to gain enough muscle to where it's a problem if if like I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like
I will say, you won't gain a lot of muscle on accident. It is definitely a deliberate thing. So there's not really anything to worry about there. If we get you in the gym and kind of get you on a workout plan, and I'm kind of building a similar thing with Maddie. Um, there's a way you can do it where it's not a huge time commitment. It's not like a huge, there's going to be some, enduring pain, a little bit of suffering, but nothing, extraordinary. And it can be very manageable. And just like with, kind of incrementally reducing soda and incrementally increasing, things like steps and stuff like that. It's something that you can ramp up. It doesn't need to be like, starting tomorrow, you're going to the gym, 6 days a week. Like
no,
that's another thing that people do, that they
until
overwhelm themselves by trying to go too hard, too fast.
until the snow stuff happened and it got real cold. I think I was going 3 days a week. I was going for
Oh, that's
about an
perfect.
hour a day. But the problem is I'm a deer with in the headlights in the gym. I don't know what's effective.
Yeah,
I don't know what regimens I should be doing.
right.
All I essentially do is like do what my because my buddy's been going for a while. I do whatever he does and then cardio. And I feel
Okay.
like he's definitely first off like he's a lot smaller than me. So what ideally
Yeah,
would work for him probably it would work for me, but I would probably have to do a little bit differently. And cardio is
right.
good for
Do you have
everyone.
any kind of example of a workout you guys would do? Just like one
I can't
example that I could
remember.
kind of.
I haven't been in
Okay,
like three
that's
months.
fine. Okay. Yeah, so we can find a way to make that make sense and to kind of make it as efficient as possible. We can find a way to increase steps using the walking pad. Obviously, when things get warmer, that makes it a little easier.
I used to go to the
It
track
sounds like you're already doing really well
I
with the
used
soda.
I used to go to the track every day and walk about 7,000 steps. But then
That's solid.
it got cold, and I
Yeah.
ain't no
Yeah.
indoor track.
Being somewhere where it gets really cold in the winter does
Yeah,
present challenges.
and then my ex
That's
would
something in California I don't have to worry about.
she would be like, "Well, I don't want to walk at the track. Let's go walk at the park." I'm like, "There's hills at the park. I don't want to walk on hills." So I'd rather walk on a surface, flat area than walk up and down hills all for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but the hills can be beneficial. But obviously, so the thing is, and I say this to everyone, I say it all the time, maybe too much, but really lifestyle changes with things like diet and exercise are an exercise in stress management. And that's where people mess it up, is they overstress themselves by trying to do too much too fast. But that is where you kind of have to evaluate for each person.
Well,
Excuse me.
the good
What
thing,
sort of things are they adverse to? Like, if I tell you to start eating something that you hate eating, that's not a good plan. If I have you do an activity that you hate, that's not a good plan. That's something I've had issues with people in the past that come to me like, "Hey, I want to get in better shape. I want to lose weight. What is the best workout I can do?" And I'll say, "Well, the best workout you can do is one that you're going to enjoy." And they think that I'm like patronizing them. Like, no, no, no. I'm committed. I want to know what the best workout
it
is. I'm like,
doesn't matter
that I
about
wasn't
commitment
patronizing you.
because
I'm telling you that the activity you enjoy is the best one because it's the one you're going to stick with. It's the one that
it's
you're going
about
to actually
longevity.
do. Yeah, you could be, especially this is big with New Year's resolutioners. You could be motivated as hell coming to January 1st, and you might stick to a plan that is really not sustainable for a few weeks. But if you're again, we're talking about this is something you should be able to sustain indefinitely in theory. You might not, but you should be able to. And if you're doing something you hate, that's never going to be infinitely sustainable.
I had to cut.
So I do tell people,
I like
yeah,
waffles. I had to cut that out. That was rough, but Now, like my mom, because my mom, she lives with me and my brother, and she came down here and
Yeah.
she fixed everyone waffles. She's like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "I'd love to say yes, but I was like, nah. I'll take some eggs. I'm not gonna have a waffle."
So one thing I am big on with stuff like this is like either a once a week or a twice a week cheat meal, where you do, if you're doing a meal plan where something that you enjoy is either completely absent or is too infrequent, you can use the cheat meal to kind of, give yourself that indulgence because we only live once, and you don't want to avoid something that you find delicious for your whole life. That's insane. So for me, like when I was doing when the focus was still on strongman, I would have pizza once a week. That was my big cheat meal. I'd have pizza and I'd have ice cream because those are two of my favorite things. So I'd do that and I'd hop on the bike and I'd, work. Yeah, as a diabetic, I have to do some things with blood sugar management for that. But I'm a big proponent of that too. And that's another one where people be like, "Oh, I'm motivated. I don't need a cheat meal." Like, no, like I'm telling you, take a cheat meal. It doesn't have to be every week. You can do it every other week if you want
You
to,
looking forward to
if
that cheat
you're
meal is gonna
particularly
prevent
motivated. But
you looking for that cheat meal is gonna prevent you from doing it every day.
yes, that is the biggest thing, and that's one of the ones too with like the sodas is some people. You're doing a surprisingly good job with taking yourself off of soda, but I've worked with some people that going from however much soda they're drinking per week right now to zero is just not possible. They enjoy it too much. Actually, when I was in the Navy, there was somebody in my A school class, in my training class, that he was 22 years old and he had all fake teeth because all through high school and all through college, he drank 2 liters of Mountain Dew every single day and it rotted his teeth out. There are people that they cannot get rid of it and they want to. They'll come to me and they'll say, "Hey, I love soda. I can't stop the habit. I know it's bad for me. I want to cut it out. How do I do it?" And I'll tell them to keep a soda maybe like once every other day. Once, we'll find some kind of happy medium. We'll start obviously by switching to diet soda if possible. But and I've had people like, "Well, no, I want to have zero soda." I'm like, going to, especially if you're doing it quickly, like cold turkey, going to zero is such a higher mental stress load than keeping one in there because it doesn't matter who you are or how much willpower you have. The thought of I can never have this versus I have to wait to have this or I can't have as much of this is so much different. And when you get a craving, but in a few days you can satisfy that craving, it makes it a lot easier to ignore that craving in the moment. But if you get a craving and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, it snowballs. It becomes like overwhelming. It's like, man, I really want this thing, but I know I can never have it. But if it's like Wednesday, like man, I could really crush a waffle right now. But your cheat meals on Saturday, it makes it way easier to turn away from that, in the moment. So yeah, I'm always a big proponent. Even with competitive athletes, obviously I'm in bodybuilding right now, and so there's going to be a point where I can't do cheat meals at all for months as I get closer to show day. But outside of that, I don't think there's ever a reason to have no cheat meals.
Yeah, because then at that point, there's a difference between living a healthy lifestyle and being miserable living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. In my opinion, there's just no reason to completely exclude things indefinitely, especially for someone that's trying to be healthy, because you can be healthy and have some truly disgusting junk food on occasion. And
I guess it's all about
a single
portions.
cheat meal, even a cheat meal every single week, is not going to undo a healthy lifestyle. I have seen people that try and do cheat days. That a cheat day can undo an entire week of healthy eating, but a cheat meal is never going to do that. Let's see. So as far as a plan, um, obviously trying to switch the soda to diet soda. I don't think the frequency or the volume is a problem right now. It sounds like you're actually again doing really above average on that. That's an extraordinary effort already. And I know you've been doing it for a few months, so maybe it's not like an immediate thing, but you're in a really good spot with that in terms of frequency and volume.
I don't really have
Your
a
meals
I don't really have like an addictive personality. A lot of the times I drink
is
soda,
good.
is because it's just here. So then
Yeah,
when
it's
I
there.
got it
It's got the caffeine.
when I got it removed out of the house, it was a lot easier
Yeah,
to
it got a
not
lot
drink it.
easier. Yeah. Okay. There's a little bit of optimization we can do with the diet. Things like getting meals that you'll enjoy that can be ready, but also getting more vegetables in there. Fiber, it's not a macronutrient. It's fiber is technically carbohydrates, but it's basically carbohydrates that you don't digest. Obviously, they're not don't digest, but it's a little different. There's soluble fiber, there's insoluble fiber. We're not going to go into the details, but fiber is a really important thing to have in your diet for a lot of health and longevity reasons. And vegetables are where a lot of dietary fiber comes from. You will get some from rice. You don't really get any from chicken. There are fiber supplements that are an option, but getting vegetables or at least getting fiber into your diet would be very beneficial. But as far as what you're eating, like the actual foods you're putting in your mouth, they're actually pretty good. Eggs and sausage, fine. Chicken is good. Rice is good. Um, TV dinner is not so good, but the frequency with which you're doing them is not bad. Um, Actually, I know you guys had the sponsor for Factor today. Those would be a better option than the TV dinners if you were to keep maybe a handful of those, excuse me, a handful of those in your freezer at a time. And whenever you would have a TV dinner, just maybe have one of those instead. That would be a good substitution. Um, but yeah, as far as your diet, I'm not seeing anything that's really stands out as a problem, minus the lack of vegetables.
I
Um,
think my biggest kryptonite is just the lack of exercise. Like, what,
I was gonna say that's the biggest
when
area
you
of
getting like
opportunity I see here.
sometimes like 1100, sometimes it'd be down to like the 700 steps a day. You know that
Yeah,
you could you can have all the healthy choices you want. If you getting almost zero exercise, ain't nothing gonna happen. Like,
yeah, yeah. No, that I was gonna say that's the biggest area of opportunity I see here is the activity. And there again, there are ways we can do that with steps. There's a way we can do that with a gym that'll kind of complement each other. Um, and yeah, I mean that should pretty much cover it. The only other thing that I haven't gone over that we'll want to cover is body weight. Do you weigh yourself?
no, but I probably should get a scale. I know I'm like high 200s, like 290, 280,
Okay. And you're like 6'6" or something like that. You're
six
tall.
four.
6'4". Yeah. So that's not really that bad. But yeah, we can go over as we kind of dial in your exercise or just activity in general. That'll be something we'll talk about. There's people think that weighing yourself is really easy. You just step on a scale and that's it. But there's actually ways to track body weight properly. I did do a whole video on it. I'm not gonna make you watch it. I'll just tell you how to do it. But basically, that's a good way to track your progress. If you start lifting a lot, like if you were lifting like 4 times a week and you're getting really into it, weighing yourself does become a little bit less effective because as you build muscle, you're actually going to gain weight, even if you're losing fat. But it's still a good metric to kind of follow. And there are other ways we can kind of assess how things are going. Um, but yeah, after this call, we'll be in contact, just kind of dialing that in. Maybe we could do a follow-up call to kind of just document what you're going to be doing. But pretty good. I mean, you're in a pretty good spot right now. Um, it doesn't give me a lot of opportunity to do what I do, but this is a good spot for you to be in, and you're probably already moving towards your goal just as things are right now. And so it'll just
Yeah,
be mostly
the
optimization.
the best. I'm focus on reducing the soda intake. Uh, I
Yeah,
do want to focus on me being more diverse what I eat. You know,
yeah. Diversity in a diet is good.
because sometimes I'll slip up and get like Hardee's or something, and it's like just because
Yeah,
like I've had chicken so many times that I just like I'll be out and I just want something different. But like
yeah.
I do have a rule: if I go fast food for anything, I don't eat their fries, like at all. I don't even touch their fries.
That's not a bad plan.
Uh,
That's not a bad plan.
the only thing I really eat is like a burger from somewhere, but I don't eat the
Yeah.
fries or anything else like that.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any questions for me about any of this? Is there anything we didn't cover that you wanted to cover? Is there any confusion or questions?
No, I think my goal weight would probably be like 240, 250. I feel like I would feel more comfortable
Okay.
at that weight. Um,
Yeah,
it, it,
if you're upper 200s and your goal weight is like 240, 250, that could be a goal that you could accomplish by Germany. It could be a metric
yeah.
to
So
kind of go by. That's
we'll see.
August 20th to 26th or something like that.
Like 6 months ago, when I was going to the gym 3 times a week, uh, sometimes 4 times a week. I think there was like 3 weeks I went every day, but
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
was down to like 260, and then it started getting
Oh, wow.
cold, and
Okay.
I stopped doing
Yeah.
anything. Like, and I think because I was walking like 10 to 15,000 steps a day, like every day,
Yeah.
because I would use
Which makes a big difference. People underestimate how much walking like 15,000 steps a day can do.
well, I
It's a
was
significant difference.
I was noticing that like I didn't need the soda as much because I had more energy input because
Yeah.
my heart was used to pumping that much. So,
Yeah.
I think at the very least right now for like the next week I need to get the steps up. Use this thing because it's this thing
Yeah.
here. Oh my god! I forgot how heavy this shit is.
Oh yeah, the walking pad. Yeah, that'd be a very useful tool for what you're trying to do, especially while it's cold. But even when it's warm out, I mean, it could be in the middle of summer where maybe it's even too hot to go outside. It can be a useful tool. I know here in California it gets really hot in the summer, and limited activity outside is preferable to the kind of like right now I'm doing 15,000. No, I'm doing about 17,000 steps a day right now during the week, and it's all outside. But in the summer, there's no way I could do that.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I could do like a walk outside every day, or especially like in the evening when it's a little cooler. But
So
when it's the middle of the day, doing a 20-minute walk is especially at work. I don't want to be coming back to my desk, covered in sweat, going to meetings and stuff.
so
It would have to be a little bit different.
because obviously I get the steps in here with this walking pad or whatever you call it, and
Yeah.
because I'm sweating way less than outside, and the humidity is ridiculous. Is like sweating more in a walk like more beneficial, or does it matter as long as you get like the activity of your body? Like,
As long as you get the activity, that's all that really matters. Some people sweat more than others. I mean, I've
no,
done some really intense
I
workouts where
sweat
I don't
bad.
sweat at all.
I sweat bad. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. If you're sweating, that's not bad. The only thing is, if you sweat a lot, you just need to make sure that you're making up for that with fluid intake.
mm-hmm.
Um, if obviously, if it's the middle of summer and you're doing all your activity outside and you're sweating a lot, you need to increase your water intake substantially. Um, but as far as for fitness goals, sweat's not really an indicator of anything.
Yeah, I feel like that's about everything I had to ask you. Like I said,
Okay.
I know the things I need to do, but I do feel like
Yeah.
because I have the mentality to go through with it, doesn't mean I have the expertise to like guide me through workout
Right.
routines or what's the best thing to
Yeah.
eat or what's not the best thing to eat. Uh,
Yeah, so I'll have a plan for you probably by the end of tonight or maybe just in the next couple days.
yeah, take your time.
Kind of just retreading some of what you're already doing and not really changing anything, just to have it written down and then just incorporating and kind of including things that we can do to change. And then again, it'll be like incremental stuff, like by week 4, try and increase this, that, or the other to this amount, and then and beyond. But again, you never want to make drastic changes in multiple areas overnight because it's just a big shock to the system.
Well,
Um,
I have
so I'm big on more incremental
I have
changes.
a one of the reasons that like I try to make sure what I eat because I have a corkscrew esophagus. So
Oh.
that's that's one of the reasons I don't drink. Like it's a hereditary thing. Multiple people in my family have it,
Yeah.
and a couple people has died because of it. So,
Oh, geez.
because what happens is though, we're more
Stuff
inclined to,
like get stuck there.
yeah, we're more inclined to throw up too. And
Yeah.
now, obviously, you throwing up because I woke up because like I'll eat something aesthetic or something before I go to bed, and my stomach throws a little
Yeah.
bit back up, and I woke up and have to like clear my esophagus before I can breathe again.
Yeah.
That's happened only a cut like after I was okay. I need to stop bugging and eating before I go to bed. So then
Yeah.
that ain't happened in like 2 years. But it's the reason we don't drink. Well, I don't drink is because it that's not a problem because your body's naturally going to wake you up if stuff like that
Right.
happens. But if you're blown out, intoxicated, and knocked the fuck out, you might not wake up. Like,
Yeah. Alcohol is also a depressant and can actually relax a lot of the muscles of the throat and can make problems like that worse. I have obstructive sleep apnea, and they encourage you not to be under the have a blood alcohol content when you go to bed because it can make the sleep apnea worse because the blockage of oxygen gets worse with alcohol.
yeah, well, I don't never really had an issue
Speaking
with
of which,
drinking.
have you been assessed for sleep apnea?
No, never really had an issue with sleeping, so it's never really been something that I've thought about going for.
Never had like excessive fatigue, even though you've slept a
No.
decent amount or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Most of the time
okay,
when
yeah,
that's happened, it's like the quality of sleep I got, where like I woke up multiple times
yeah,
because it was too cold or something. It wasn't a
yeah.
factor of
Okay, that
not
makes
because
sense.
once I'm out, I'm out. Like we'll do like the
Yeah,
dual rooms at like L.A. and stuff for like Summer Game Fest, and most of the time I'm bunking with Cog, and he'll be like, "Man, it's like when you out, I physically have to like put my hands on you to wake you up." He'll like get out of the shower, go to his room, making all this noise, and he's like, "You ain't budging." Like, it's like when I'm asleep and like it's weird because I will wake up if my body recognizes there's a noise that's not supposed to be there. But like
right.
if like a knock at the door, that will wake me up, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hear the one time someone was messing with my basement door and I heard it and it woke me up. But someone could be blasting music in the living room and it's not going to wake me up.
Because it's a
Yeah.
normal noise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you want me to go ahead and
All
end
right.
the recording?